On a crisp November day in Washington, President Trump welcomes Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman with extraordinary fanfare. The day's events, Oval Office meetings, a formal lunch, and a black-tie dinner signal a new era of U.S.-Saudi partnership, rooted in mutual economic and security interests. American fighter jets escort the Saudi royal plane, underscoring the high stakes and military solidarity. This visit, months in the making, is designed to showcase a revitalized alliance and announce major economic and security agreements. As business leaders and political observers gather for an investment summit, it's clear this is more than a photo op. It's a transactional summit meant to lock in a strategic alignment for years to come. This is MBS's first U.S. visit since the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, a crime that shocked the world and tainted his reputation. U.S. intelligence concluded MBS likely approved the operation, straining relations and sparking global outrage. The Khashoggi affair transformed MBS from a reformer to a figure of international scrutiny, making a Washington visit once unthinkable. Advocacy groups and lawmakers still demand justice, seeing today's welcome as a betrayal of American values. Yet, the Trump administration has chosen to move forward, prioritizing strategic interests over moral outrage. The elaborate welcome signals that, for now, the U.S. values its alliance with Saudi Arabia above all else. After years of tension post-Khashoggi, the U.S.-Saudi relationship is being reset. The Trump administration views Saudi Arabia as essential for countering Iran, stabilizing energy markets, and advancing Middle East security. The Abraham Accords have set the stage for deeper cooperation, with hopes of Saudi normalization with Israel. Jared Kushner's behind-the-scenes diplomacy has paved the way for today's high-profile visit. For the U.S., it's about securing a legacy-defining foreign policy win. For Saudi Arabia, it's about modernization and security. The lavish reception marks the end of diplomatic isolation and the start of a new chapter. At the heart of this historic summit are blockbuster deals that are set to reshape the relationship between Saudi Arabia and the United States. Among the most headline-grabbing announcements is a staggering $600 billion Saudi investment pledge, a figure that signals not just economic ambition, but a deep commitment to forging a new era of cooperation between the two nations. This investment is expected to flow into a wide range of sectors, from infrastructure and energy to technology and education, laying the groundwork for long-term growth and partnership. Another major highlight is the sale of 48 state-of-the-art F-35 fighter jets to Saudi Arabia, a deal that has captured global attention for its scale and strategic significance. This move marks a significant policy shift, as the United States opens the door to sharing some of its most advanced military technology with Saudi Arabia, a step that reflects growing trust and shared security interests. These deals are poised to create thousands of American jobs, from factory floors to high-tech research labs, and are projected to inject billions into the U.S. economy, fueling innovation and strengthening the industrial base. For Saudi Arabia, the agreements provide vital tools to modernize its military forces, upgrade infrastructure, and accelerate economic development, all while building expertise and self-sufficiency for the future. Beyond defense, Saudi Arabia is also seeking U.S. expertise in cutting-edge fields like artificial intelligence, aiming to harness the power of AI to transform industries and drive innovation across the kingdom. The kingdom is also pursuing a civilian nuclear program, with U.S. support to diversify its energy sources and ensure a sustainable future. Both artificial intelligence and nuclear energy are central pillars of Saudi Arabia's ambitious Vision 2030 plan, which aims to transform the nation into a global hub for innovation, investment, and sustainable growth. These agreements are designed to be mutually beneficial, creating a win-win scenario that strengthens both countries' economies and security. By deepening economic and technological ties, the summit cements a powerful alliance that will shape the region's future for years to come. For the United States, these deals represent not only economic gain and job creation, but also a strategic partnership that enhances its influence in the Middle East. For Saudi Arabia, it's about accelerating modernization, boosting security, and positioning itself as a leader in the region's transformation. Ultimately, this summit is far more than a ceremonial gathering. It represents a transformative realignment, setting the stage for a new chapter in international cooperation, innovation, and shared prosperity. The F-35 sale to Saudi Arabia is the summit's most controversial move, shifting the region's military balance. This sale is not just about transferring advanced military hardware. It represents a significant geopolitical shift. The implications of this deal extend far beyond the immediate military advantages, touching on diplomatic relations and regional stability. The jet's advanced capabilities give Saudi Arabia a decisive edge, but raise concerns about Israel's qualitative military edge. These jets are equipped with cutting-edge stealth technology, advanced avionics, and superior weaponry, making them a formidable addition to any air force. However, this technological leap for Saudi Arabia raises alarms in Israel, which has long relied on its superior military technology to maintain a strategic advantage in the region. Israel, until now the only regional F-35 operator, worries about losing its technological advantage. The exclusivity of the F-35s has been a cornerstone of Israel's defense strategy, ensuring it could counter threats from neighboring countries. The introduction of these jets into Saudi Arabia's arsenal disrupts this balance, potentially altering the strategic calculations of both nations. The Trump administration argues a stronger Saudi Arabia deters Iran and encourages normalization with Israel. This perspective hinges on the belief that bolstering Saudi Arabia's military capabilities will create a counterbalance to Iran's influence in the region. Additionally, it is hoped that this move will foster closer ties between Saudi Arabia and Israel, paving the way for a more stable and cooperative Middle East. Critics warn of risks. Advanced weapons could destabilize the region or fall into the wrong hands. The potential for these sophisticated weapons to be used in regional conflicts or to be captured by hostile forces is a significant concern. The history of arms sales in the Middle East is fraught with unintended consequences, and this deal is no exception. The deal is a high-stakes gamble, betting immediate strategic benefits outweigh long-term risks. The U.S. administration believes that the potential to strengthen alliances and deter adversaries justifies the risks involved. However, the long-term implications of this sale will need to be carefully managed to avoid exacerbating regional tensions. The U.S. must now reassure Israel while managing new regional dynamics. Diplomatic efforts will be crucial in maintaining the balance of power and ensuring that this sale does not lead to unintended escalations. The U.S. will need to navigate these complexities carefully to maintain its strategic interests in the region. The F-35 sale is a bold, controversial step in reshaping Middle East security. It represents a significant shift in U.S. foreign policy and has the potential to redefine alliances and rivalries in the region. The full impact of this decision will unfold over time, as the new dynamics it introduces are tested on the geopolitical stage. Beyond acquiring advanced fighter jets, Saudi Arabia is pursuing a much broader and more ambitious agenda. The kingdom is seeking a formal defense pact with the United States, as well as deep partnerships in artificial intelligence and nuclear energy. These goals reflect Saudi Arabia's desire to transform its security, economy, and technological capabilities for the future. A formal treaty would go far beyond the current security relationship, obligating the U.S. to defend Saudi Arabia in the event of an attack. This would elevate the alliance to a level comparable to NATO, signaling a dramatic shift in the region's balance of power and providing Saudi Arabia with unprecedented security assurances. Access to cutting-edge American artificial intelligence is seen as crucial for Saudi Arabia's ambitious Vision 2030 plan, which aims to diversify the economy and modernize the military. By integrating advanced AI, Saudi leaders hope to boost productivity, enhance national security, and position the kingdom as a regional tech leader. The kingdom's push for a civilian nuclear program is another key pillar of its modernization drive. However, this effort is highly sensitive, given the region's history of rivalries and the global concerns about nuclear proliferation. Saudi officials argue that nuclear energy is essential for meeting future energy demands and reducing reliance on oil. The United States, meanwhile, insists on strict safeguards and oversight to ensure that nuclear technology is not diverted for military purposes. Washington remains wary of the risks of nuclear know-how spreading in the Middle East, especially given the region's volatility and history of conflict. These sweeping demands, security guarantees, advanced technology, and nuclear cooperation form the core of what could become a historic grand bargain. In exchange, Saudi Arabia is being asked to normalize relations with Israel, a move that could reshape alliances and open new economic and diplomatic opportunities across the Middle East. For Saudi Arabia, achieving these goals is seen as essential for its long-term security and prosperity. For the United States, the stakes are high, a risky but potentially transformative commitment that could redefine its role in the region and influence global geopolitics. The outcome of these negotiations could fundamentally reshape the security landscape of the Middle East for decades to come, impacting not just the countries involved, but the entire world. Behind the diplomacy, Trump's business ties to Saudi-linked entities raise ethical questions. The Trump Organization's new luxury hotel project with Dar Global, a Saudi developer, highlights ongoing financial connections. Dar Global has paid millions in licensing fees and is behind several Trump-branded projects in Saudi Arabia. Trump's golf courses have hosted Saudi-backed LEV golf tournaments, generating significant revenue. Critics argue these business dealings create unavoidable conflicts of interest for a sitting president. The White House denies any conflict, insisting policy decisions are independent. Still, the overlap between Trump's business and diplomatic dealings adds controversy to the visit. The financial entanglements complicate an already fraught geopolitical moment. Amid the deals and pageantry, the pain of Jamal Khashoggi's widow, Hanan Alatar, is a stark reminder of the human cost. For her, seeing MBS honored in Washington is a profound injustice, overshadowing the memory of her husband and the values he championed. Human rights advocates warn that prioritizing strategic interests over accountability sends a dangerous message to authoritarian regimes. The Khashoggi case remains central to the debate over U.S.-Saudi relations. It forces a hard question. Can America balance national interests with its commitment to human rights? For many, today's events suggest that realpolitik has won out. MBS's visit marks a turning point in U.S.-Saudi relations, with massive deals and strategic realignment at stake. For the U.S., it's a chance to secure economic gains and reshape the Middle East. For Saudi Arabia, it's a path to modernization and global influence. Yet, the shadow of Khashoggi's murder and Trump's business ties to Saudi Arabia fuel ongoing debate. The F-35 sale and normalization efforts introduce new risks and uncertainties. The grand bargain, defense treaty, nuclear cooperation, and peace with Israel remains uncertain. This is transactional diplomacy at its boldest, but also its most controversial. The world is watching to see if this alliance delivers on its promise, or if its unresolved questions will define its legacy.